It is Wednesday. Sorry. These days I don't, who keeps track of them anymore, right? Wednesday. It is back and chest day. I've actually started a new program. I usually had the habit of posting the first workout of the week when I have a new program. My apologies on that. I'm recording and not really knowing if I'm gonna record at the gym or not. So if I look like I don't really know what to say, it's because I don't. But I'm doing it in good faith, hoping that I am gonna record today at the gym. As much as I don't want to, I know that's kind of like a pattern of mine, saying how much I don't want to record, but I have to. But I'm just being completely honest. So far so good. I like the new program so far. There's a lot of volume involved in it. Not a new method of training, but a method of training that we haven't used in quite a while. And I'll probably explain it in some of the workouts, the voiceover workout footage that hopefully I'll have today. But it just involves a lot of volume, and I like it. It's a really good time in the gym when you're chasing the pump. I don't know. I recorded a video not too long ago regarding why you should be in a hole. I don't want to say because then it kind of messes up the algorithm. I'll probably just bleep it. Why you should be. And obviously it's a little bit clickbaity, because I don't think anyone, or I would hope so, most people won't think that being an asshole it's a positive thing. But I gave a more nuanced response. If you want to go ahead and check that video out, and then I would suggest you do so to kind of connect two and two together and figure out what I'm talking about. It was a bit of a controversial take, I guess you could say, just because, not necessarily because of the like to dislike ratio, because that ratio was pretty dominant by the likes. I think it was like 9 or 8 likes versus 2 dislikes, and there was like 1 good comment and 3, well, not good and bad. The thing about the quote-unquote bad ones is I wish they would have came with like a more, not with a comment to like try. Obviously they're talking shit, they're looking for some sort of response from me. Because even in the video I said, like, I know I'm not right or wrong on this. You know, it's just what's helping me out at the moment. And I stated, if you guys have any constructive criticism that I could use that could potentially persuade me into a different direction, then, you know, put it in the comments. And like I said, when it comes to YouTube, TikTok, you're kind of dealing with kids, you know, kids that just wanted to say, oh, Big Al, or, you know, just want to talk shit. So I would have loved to have gone like a back and forth with someone that just had a different point of view or a different perspective about how they have their viewpoints in their mind, in their world, and we kind of, you know, share each other's ideas. But like I said, it's kind of hard to find that audience, that mature audience online, you know, unless you're like really in that field of having that type of dialogue. When it comes to like the fitness industry, for the most part, it's a bunch of kids, you know. And what I mean by kids is like teenagers. I'm saying kids because I'm 31, so if you're under 26, you're a fucking kid. Check that video out, man. It's a pretty long video, but you never know, you might find some few nuggets here and there, or like I said, you might find yourself disagreeing and wanting to shoot me a comment. So check that video. I'll put the link down at the description. I still don't know how to put the links here on the video. I think I have to do it off the computer. So, man, this beard is, I think I'm gonna have to shave it off pretty soon, man. I want to keep it, but, you know, I haven't really found anyone that knows how to how to trim it well and fade it. Granted, they're not working with a lot. Like, it's not like super thick where they could like fade it in really good. So I know a lot of that, you know, it's my genetics fault. Well, anyway, we're at the gym. I'm about to park. I need a new hat as well. You see all the white marks, all the battle marks. This is War Brothers. Oh, and this is my first week back from a deload. I feel like you really find out you needed a deload. Well, you should be able to recognize it beforehand. Like, oh shit, like I need a deload. But I noticed it the most after taking the deload, because my mind's just a lot clearer and I feel a lot better mentally more than anything. Like, I feel like physically I could push more than my mind, and my mind kind of gets the best out of me sometimes. But yeah, man, here we are. Hopefully I can record some shit for you guys, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. We back in the gym. So our first movement for the day, first exercise is going to be the bent over row. I haven't done these in probably about almost 2 years now, I think. I was having issues with the form. Luckily, I had my coach there that kind of critique it. As you can see here, my back's a little bit rounded at the lower part of it. But besides that, like with this movement, and if it's at a lighter weight, I really feel really good contraction. The heavier it gets, the harder it is for me to really concentrate on getting that stimulus. So we're gonna see how this goes, man. It's the first week of the mesocycle. So, we have a few questionable movements in the mesocycle, but the good thing is that we could either eliminate them and switch them for something else if things aren't going as planned. So as the weeks progress, we'll see more and more if we need to eliminate any of these movements. But on this set, I was able to get a lot lower than the other set. Something about my legs, man. I think like my I think it's the femur that's too long. If I'm getting that correctly, what part of my leg that is, for me to use just a better leverage to my advantage and get down lower. But the point is to keep your chest up high, keep your back straight, and really pull with your elbows. So we'll see how it goes, man. I'll keep you guys posted on that. Now I have to be honest and say that first movement, the bend over row, pretty much set the attitude, I guess you could say, for the rest of the day. I was really disappointed on just not being able to get the form down right. I did 3 sets, and by the third one, I think I only got 5 repetitions. So super frustrated, extremely fatigued from yesterday's leg day. I think, and I woke up early at 8 a.m., which is the first time I've done that in about 4 to 5 weeks. By choice, you know, I've done it before for work, but yeah, I was doing my best, man, to keep my head in the zone. And the next movement, as you can see, is the regular pull-ups, and then with assisted pull-ups for a superset. So the point of this method, like I said, we're adding a lot of volume. So for instance, this set here is to reach 20 repetitions. So at first I go with the regular pull-ups. Oh, here you can see me kind of adjusting the seat. It's a little invention that I had to figure out just so I could get more range of motion. But anyway, yeah, so let's say you have 3 sets. You have to reach 20 repetitions no matter what. So the first, in the beginning of the movement of the exercise, I did 6 to 7 pull-ups with 2 to 3 reps in reserve. And then after that, I superset it with assisted pull-ups. And the point is to get as much volume as I possibly can with performing pull-ups, but now assisted, so I could get more repetitions, right? I'm still doing the same movement. It's making it a bit easier on me to get the repetitions, but the difficult part comes to getting to the 20 reps every single set. So I think right here I did another 7. So you add that to the 6, and then I take like a 10-second breather, and then I do another 4 or 5. And with the same intention of keeping 3 reps in reserve every single time. And as the weeks progress in the mesocycle, then we'll do 2 reps in reserve, 1 rep in reserve, and then we'll go all the way to failure, of course. Hope that makes sense. I know it's a bit of a bit of a mouthful, but I like it because of the amount of volume that we're able to perform in just one set. It gives me a really good stimulus on whatever muscle I'm hitting on that set. We're actually doing it for arms as well, not just for back, for shoulder movements as well. And yeah, I really like the idea of getting to that 20 repetition mark, no matter what. Even if you're only doing 3 reps, when you're like at 12 or 13, and then 2, and then 1. So that's what makes the movement or the performing the set difficult in the sense that it will give you a really good stimulus on the muscle group that you are intending to hit. But yeah, enough about me trying to explain this. I know it's kind of hard to understand, but if you did, try it out. Now, this is the same concept on this movement. I decided to do hammer curls for a bicep workout. You'll see here that I remember that I'm trying to get to 20 repetitions. So yeah, I'm using 25s, but like I said, I forgot that we're trying to get to those 20 reps. So I remember I have to lower the weight. And I also made another mistake. I thought that I had to get to 30 instead of 20. So I honestly should have gone a little bit lower. I should have gone to 20s if I was trying to get to 30s, but I chose to get 22.5. And because of that mistake, I did 3 sets instead of 4. Should be able to adjust it next week. I'll probably do 4 sets with the same weight, but now 20 repetitions because 30 was just a lot. And I don't know, when I was getting, in the beginning of the 20s, in the early 20s, I feel like I'm using like my forearms more than my biceps. And obviously your forearms are going to come into play because they're hammer curls, but I would rather just, focus on my biceps. And at that rep range, it kind of did the opposite for me. Okay, so up next, my coach gave me a choice of any shoulder exercise, and I decided to do rear delts, man. At first, I did like this hammer shoulder press machine, but I wasn't having it. I haven't done rear delts in a while, and I love working on my rear delts. I love, that 3D effect from the side of the side delt and the rear delt just popping out. So, again, same concept here, getting to those 20 repetitions. I chose a pretty decent amount of weight. I think it was like 120. At first, it was kind of easy. I got to the 20 fairly quick. But then the second and third set, man, oh, Jesus Christ, it started getting heavy. But overall, man, I miss doing rear delts. I love that pump. And next we have ab machine of choice. On this one, again, same concept, getting to those, actually for this one, those 15 repetitions. But dude, I haven't done these in so long. I started cramping up pretty bad to the point where I almost stopped, but I said, you know what? Let me just switch the range of motion, because for whatever reason, this range of motion here was just really making me not uncomfortable, like in a good sense, like, oh, this is a really good pump, and I just can't take the muscle stimulus that's going on here. It was more like, damn, this hurts, like I had something like on the side that was hurting. So I'm not trying to pop anything. I'm not trying to risk anything. So I just lowered a bit of the range of motion. But I mean, this is like perfect form here. If you could tell, I'm really controlling the eccentric part of the movement, going all the way down, and then, starting with my upper abs to really to start the movement from the top to the bottom portion of the abs. And again, taking a break, a 10-second breather between those sets of getting to the 15. Right here, you can probably see my face when it starts to hurt even more. The cool thing about this movement, this camera angle, you can really see the small waist and the big lats, man. It gets me excited because, like, dude, just slapping on another 20 or 30 pounds of muscle on this physique. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be a sight to be seen. I'm for sure gonna be trouble up on stage. I just need to really like gain a lot more muscle. You see right here, you see me touching like the sides right there. I'm like, fuck, I want to stop. But I kept going. You know, I said, I ain't no bitch. I kept going. And I'm thinking of keeping the movement. I just have to really be careful. But yeah, man, that's the end of the workout. That's it. You see, it hurts. You can tell. That's the end of the workout, man. I'll catch you on the next video. Well, all done. Had to shift a few things here and there. Again, it's a new program, so me and my coach are like trying to figure out, you know, what exercise to keep, which ones to eliminate. So far, the ones I'm having a little bit of trouble with are the bent over rows and the pull-ups. But honestly, the pull-ups I was able to what would you even say? Or would you even call it? Maneuver it or adjust it, I should say, to where I could get a better stretch and a better contraction. I got a little bit unmotivated after the bend over rows. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little tired, fatigued from yesterday's leg workout. I woke up at 8 a.m. today, the first time I've done that without having to in a long time. This was voluntarily, so I'm trying to get my sleeping schedule back on point. Even though I had a few things to handle in the morning, I still ended up coming to the gym a little bit later than I wanted, like in the afternoon. But the important part is that I woke up early. I woke up at 8 and I made the effort to stay up. But yeah, I could have had a better workout. I don't know, today I'm just like dragging today. And I think it has to do with that. I probably needed more rest after an intense leg day like that. But I got to get my sleeping pattern back on point. So gotta suffer for a little bit. Right now I'm at like 3,000 calories a day. Probably hitting like a gram a pound for protein. I'm weighing in like around 185, 186. Probably walk around close to 190. I gotta be honest with you. I never thought 185 would look like this on me. I'm not too impressed. I feel like my muscle still has a lot to develop, a lot of room to develop, which is cool. You know, all it means is more work, more fun. But yeah, I mean, growing up, I always saw myself at 180, looking like not massive, but I guess more than what I look now in the mirror, what I see now in the mirror rather. And that's the name of the game with bodybuilding. You know, it's really hard to be content with results when you don't see what you want in the mirror. Not to say that I'm ungrateful or anything like that. Like, trust me, I've lost my physique a bunch of times, whether it was because of the lifestyle I was living or just plain simple, just stopped going to the gym because of the circumstances I was going through at the moment. So I've gone down all the way to like 137 back when I was fasting again. So it's not that I don't like what I don't see in the mirror, like in an unhealthy way. More so like I want to get better, like I want to see better. And you know, with that comes more work and more effort. And I really do, I do feel that I'm going to have a point when I see myself in the mirror and I'm like, shit, like I did it, I made it. And after that, we'll just be able to maintain or grow certain areas here and there, which is what I'm looking forward to. Because man, working out this intense all the time, it's really hard to keep up with, I'm not gonna lie. And I know a lot of where I struggle is more mentally. You know, when things aren't going my way or they're not perfect the way I want them to be, I add a lot more pressure in my mind, and then it affects just my mood and the way I see things and the way I go about things. So that, on top of the fatigue from the gym, on top of lack of sleep, on top of, you know, still dealing with the dizziness, you know, my eyesight's like pretty fuzzy because of the dizziness, 24/7, brain fog. So all that combined, you know, it's enough to drive someone crazy. And don't get me wrong, there's days where it's like, it can get a bit overwhelming, but then I have to remind myself that there could always be worse. You know, there was a point in my life where I wasn't even going to the gym because of injuries, or, like I said, because of the lifestyle I was living. And yeah, like I got to bring myself back to reality and remind myself, like, it's not the end of the world. Like, you know, like, yes, what I'm feeling is real. I don't deny the feelings that, you know, come up, but it's no use, you know, putting myself down and making my day that much more worse. Which I'm not saying like I do the best job at that, but when I'm able to catch it and kind of stop myself from spiraling and catch myself from spiraling down, I think that's how you say it, right? Spiraling, you know what I mean. Then I do a good job at that, but like I said, I'm not the best at it all the time. Spiraling. But yeah, man, I don't have much else to say. I just want to thank whoever's, you know, new to the channel, whoever is subscribed to me. I just want to thank you, and I do appreciate you guys coming along for the journey. I know right now it seems like it's really not going anywhere. Everything's pretty repetitive, but in time things will get more interesting, and you guys will remember me. You guys will remember, like, damn, this dude was putting in videos from the beginning, and, you know, despite not having the results he wants or the lifestyle that he has or that he dreams of, you know, he's still posting up. He's still putting himself out there to be ridiculed, to be criticized, to be judged, and that takes a lot, man. It's not every day someone's able to do that, you know, and I can only imagine how much more pressure that's going to feel when the channel starts growing. I mean, there's people out there with being judged by millions of people, you know, so this for sure is not for the weak. I feel like I embarked in this at the right time in my life, and yeah, it should be fun, man. And what else can I say? I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.